starting this segment off with Mad Markets. Paul Theron from Investec now joins me. Thank you so much. Paul, you're watching with bated breath to see the solution between Papandreou, Sarkozy and Merkel.
I'm thinking, it's going to happen sometime tonight. The big school prefects are coming down to interview the naughty guy that's been in the DC too often. So what do you think they're going to say to him? So, how's the weather been this year? How's the olive crop?
I think they're probably going to say, well, these are all the taxes that we've implemented on every possible thing that we could possibly do in Greece, and this is the revenue that we're getting. So what more can they do? What more can you do?
But we know, we've been talking about this, and people criticize me. I got some hate mail saying we always talk about these global macro issues on our little segment here, but the fact is these developments are what determine our market returns, much more than company profits of the day or something that was said by our own policymakers. So Geithner was on TV earlier talking about this thing. I still keep coming back to my basic point, and that is that it's much more negative for people to have a default situation, have the Eurozone falling apart. So these meetings are important because the commitment of the Germans and the French to resolution is where we need to be getting to.
But they're not only getting commitment from the Germans and the French, they're getting commitment from China, it seems, and I suppose it's just talk at this stage. And even Brazil has stepped up to the plate. But when we've had South African Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan saying that we're not in the position because we do not have the reserves to be able to assist.
Yes, so if the BRICS countries are being looked to, I hope they're not looking for a big contribution from South Africa because we're a bit low at the moment. Maybe next month.
Okay, so let's just touch on President Barack Obama. It seems that he's losing, well, people are losing confidence in his ability to help the US economy get out of the rut and then also create jobs.
Yeah, it's fascinating. US politics, of course, is all about the incumbent versus the challenger and who captures the middle ground. We know that Barack Obama swept to power in 2008 on the back of real concerns about the state of the US economy and the expense of the wars that they were involved in. But then again, the economic crisis has continued, so now Obama's re-election chances are not looking so hot. I always say when they talk about how like 62% of people have lost confidence in his ability to manage the economy, that we should ask America if he could not be like a soccer player that they don't need for the team, sent down on like a loan arrangement. Because I'm thinking if we could just have Barack Obama for like even a year, that'd be good. We could make some progress, in Africa with a guy like that.
Okay, so Moody's has been on the rampage again.
Yeah, as some joker was saying, the French banks have been downgraded from foie gras to croissant. Foie gras to croissant, a downgrade for the French banks, but they are still at a rating level which puts them higher than some of the sovereigns that we're busy talking about here. So again, I mean, SocGen has done terribly badly this year. People are really worried about its debt exposures. But I'm with the CEO of SocGen who was on TV again today saying these are small exposures and it's utterly ridiculous that these kinds of corporate titans are being insulted in this way.
Paul, we've also had quite a few corporate, well, it's earnings season at this stage in South Africa, and let's do the South African news flow.
Yes.
MMI out with results today. We just had the CEO in studio, Village Main Reef CEO as well in studio with us, and it seems that we're getting the same kind of rhetoric. Things have been great over the last period, but caution in the future.
Look, MMI is definitely a bigger and more sizable company than Village Main. Of the two, I'd rather buy.
Village is tiny, of course. It's in the greater scheme of things.
I mean, MMI is a 25 billion rand market cap company. I hate insurers. The whole thing about how they work, where they make money, how they make money is very tricky. But they do aggregate lots of assets, investment flows and insurance premium flows. So they're quite big players on the landscape. It's interesting to see how, over time, all these assets get reorganized, isn't it? I mean, years ago, it was all in the First Rand Group. Now it's coming out in chunks. That's good, I suppose, yeah.